Hi, this is Lauren Fogelman at Expert Sports Performance, working with highly driven, motivated athletes on having more focus, confidence, and the ability to effectively deal with distractions when competing in order to maintain high performance and winning results. Today's topic is best practices for athletes dealing with injuries. If athletes are going to compete for any period of time, at some point they're likely to face an injury. It's happened to me. If you look at the start of football season, there's a long list of athletes already on the injured list. The most recent is Chad Henne from the Miami Dolphins. He's facing shoulder surgery. And there's things that athletes can do when faced with an injury that help them to recover with a better attitude and with quicker results than if they don't take active involvement. And I want to go through those because if you're really connected to your sport, you're passionate about playing and really being the best that you can possibly be, then you want to do whatever is necessary to get back in the game as soon as possible. And there's things that you can do to feel empowered as opposed to having that passive stance where there's absolutely nothing you can do and all you can do is wait. So I want to go ahead and give you those strategies. The first thing for an injury response is get involved. Don't just let the doctor or your coach tell you what you need to do. Go ahead and research it. Go on Google, search your injury, find out everything you can do to really speed up the healing process, to take active control, ask questions, because doctors know a lot of things, but they don't always know specifically what you need for your situation. So asking the right questions, doing the research, getting involved gives you a heads up and might give you a path that the doctor wouldn't have thought about otherwise. The second thing is motivation. Now, there's two different types of responses and then the whole range in between. One is having an injury gives you on the bench, it gives you an extended rest period, you can just take it easy for a while. The other part is that athlete who wants to be back in the game as quickly as possible. Therefore, your level of motivation is going to impact how quickly you're going to recover and get back in the game. Third is support, and I talk about support in so many different ways on a consistent basis. And there's people who really care for you and they want the best for you. However, they might be concerned about you getting injured and not feeling like they can do anything for you. It creates a helpless feeling for them. And part of what their response might be is, are you sure you really want to go back to that sport? Are you sure you want to do that? Take your time, rest up. And they might actually want to delay you going back because they're concerned about your physical well-being, which is a very real concern, but they're doing it out of their own personal interest of not watching you suffer as opposed to help and motivate you to do whatever is necessary to get back in the game. So having that right support that's there for you and wants to cheer you on to get back in the game as soon as possible are the people you want to surround yourself with. Next is your attitude. When you're not feeling well, do you want to just kind of crawl up and go into your cave and distance yourself from everybody, your team members, your family, whoever that might be? Or are you there ready to lend support to your other team members, maybe stepping in and being a guide or resource for them and still being connected with that team? So your attitude as to whether you go ahead and hibernate or you get involved is going to make a difference as to how you look at your healing process as well. Number 5 is imagery. If you can imagine yourself being involved in your healing process, imagine your body actually going through the process of healing as you're feeling very passive and out of the game, that actually speeds up the healing process. People have been known to imagine themselves cured from cancer or imagine themselves getting well from incurable diseases. Therefore, your brain is very, very powerful. Your imagination, your mind is a powerful untapped tool, and harness it on your recovery, visualizing that part of your body engaging your cells, your ligaments, your tendons, your bones, whatever it is, to begin mending, and that they're actually doing it under the surface on a regular, ongoing basis. And the last one is positive expectation. If you believe you're going to heal, then you do. I've seen an athlete go to one doctor, and he said that 5 out of 7 athletes never return to the game. Bad news. However, he can go and get a second opinion from another doctor that says, good news, 2 out of 7 have a chance for full recovery and go back to play. Now, if you got one message versus the other, it might affect your expectations. So think about it. Are you 5 out of 7 never going to play again, or are you 2 out of 7 where you're going to have that positive expectation to go back on the field? So that's the first part as far as your injury response. Now, what is active healing? What can you do to be active and involved in the process? So we're taking it even a little bit deeper. One is, once again, study. Become a student. Learn everything you can about your sports, technique. Maybe there's new techniques or ways that you can approach things so that you avoid the risk of re-injury down the road. The next one is passion. Are you passionate? It's about reconnecting with that motivation of why you want to be the best you can possibly be, why you want to be tops, why you want to be number one. Reconnect with that burning desire to be involved in your sport and to push yourself as far as you possibly can. The next is mindset. And mindset is, what are the mental game strategies that you can begin to develop that you didn't have enough time and attention for when you were doing physical training that you can do now? How can you develop your mindset and build that mental game muscle to be able to have more confidence, to be able to get into the zone on command, and anything else that's going to put you ahead of the game? Their success principles and mindset sets you up for success. The next one is visualize. If you can't physically train, then go to your training area, whatever that might be, and visualize yourself going through the steps. If you're a runner, go to the track and visualize yourself running the track. If you're a football player, get out on the field when nobody is there and visualize yourself playing in the game, because that's going to go ahead and fire your fast and slow twitch muscles, actually keeping you conditioned and being able to return at a quicker rate, getting up to speed, than if you don't use that active visualization of seeing yourself in your mind's eye as if you were doing those different training techniques. Next one is re-injury. A lot of times athletes hesitate once they do get the okay to go back and play about re-injuring themselves. And what I really want to say is it's a mindset thing. Yes, there's always a risk of re-injury or injury at any point in time. But if you hold yourself back because you have this fear of it, it's going to affect your performance. You're going to probably tense up your body a little bit, and you're going to be more likely to focus on re-injuring that part of your body again. Therefore, what I suggest is focus on the strategies to improve your technique and your performance, and in order to perform at the top level you possibly can, and wanting to continue to expand and improve upon that. So think about what you can do to reduce your fear of injury and focus on what you're capable of doing as opposed to what you're trying to prevent from happening again. And the last one is preparation. And what can you do to build confidence for that preparation to return to play? Because a lot of times when athletes do return to play, they feel like they've had more time off than everybody else, they're behind, and it affects their confidence and their self-esteem, which will affect the chances that you take, the risks that you take, the plays that you make. So do what you can to build your confidence, knowing that you've done everything possible, you've been engaged in active healing, and when you get the okay from the doc to get back in the game, you are set to go. This is a process. It is something that is possible, and it'll position you better for success returning after injury than if you don't take these active healing strategies into mind. I look forward to hearing your comments about this video training, and if you're interested in the let me think about that again. If you're interested in the 7 mistakes even the best athletes make, go to my website, expertsportsperformance.com. Put your name and email address in the upper right-hand corner now, and you'll immediately receive my free starter kit on the 7 mistakes even the best athletes make. I look forward to hearing from you. Lauren Fogelman, more focus, more wins.